Hello mga anak. Okay, nandito na naman tayo sa ating susunod na lesson. And our next lesson class is all about the research problem and hypothesis. Okay? So these are very important when we are going to make a research. So kailangan tayong marunong mag-formulate ng mga research problem. And anyway, ano ba ang research problem? Okay? When we say research problems are problems that the researcher wants to study. No? Kung ano yung gusto mong pag-aralan dun sa gagawin mong research. It is also became the basis of the title of the research to be conducted. So, yung research problem yung class, yun ang magiging basis mo sa paggawa ng title ng iyong research later on. So, tuturuan ko kayo kung paano gagawa ng title on the next video na gagawin ko. Or maybe sa Google Meet na i-conduct natin. Okay. There are 5 factors to consider if a problem is researchable. Paano natin malalaman na ka-research ba ang isang problem? Okay, the first one is the problem is existing in the locality or country but not known solution to the problem. Okay? So meron na yung problem na yan nandito na sa ating bansa o sa ating community pero wala pang nakikitang solusyon. So kaya kailangan mong conduct ng research. Number 2, the solution to the problem can be answered using statistical methods and techniques. So, ibig sabihin, dapat yung problem na i-conduct mo ay pwede siyang i-solve or i-measure or i-compute gamit ang mga statistical methods. Okay? So, noong grade 8 kayo or grade 9, meron na kayong statistics. So, gagamitin nyo yun para sa pag-solve ng problem na i-conduct nyo na research. Okay, number 3. There are probable solutions but not yet tested. So, meaning to say, meron ng solution sa problema kaso hindi pa nila tinetest. Kaya, sa gagawin mong research, kailangan mong itest yung problem, no? Kailangan mag-conduct ka ng experiment para malaman mo ang solution sa problem. Then number 4, the occurrence of the problem requires scientific investigation. Ibig sabihin, kapag magko-conduct ka ng research, dapat may mga procedures or step. Ang tawag dyan ay scientific investigation. So, may mga step na ifa-follow. Ano yung step 1, step 2, ano yung mga procedures na dapat mong gawin. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng scientific investigation. Then number 5, it is a serious need or problem and demand research. So, ibig sabihin, yung problem na i-conduct mo ay nandito na, no? Nangangailangan na ng solusyon. For example, yung problem natin sa virus. So, nandyan na yung problema. So, kailangan ng maagang solusyon. Kaya, kailangan mong i-conduct yung research. Kasi kailangan na ng mga tao. So, ito yung 5 factors to consider if a problem is or are researchable. Okay, next is, these are the characteristics of a research problem. Paano ba manalaman ang isang research problem ay magandang gawan ng research? Okay, you have to follow the acronym SMART, S-M-A-R-M-T. Okay, S stands for specific, meaning to say, it should be specifically stated. So, kailangan kapag gagawa ka ng research problem, kailangan ay specific siya, no? Yung eksakto. For example, what is the mean weight of mud crabs, Scylla serrata, cultured in fish pond using pellets and bread meals as supplemental feeds. So, kailangan specific, no? Nandun yung anong gusto mong malaman. So, dito sa problem na ito, gusto niyang malaman ang mean weight. Ibig sabihin yung bigat of mud crabs. Mga crabs, ano? Na ang scientific name niya ay Scylla serrata. Na kinulture or pinaparami sa fish pond na pinapakain ng mga pellets and bread meals as supplementary feeds. So, yan ay specific problem. Kailangan daw ang research problem ay specific, eksakto, at brief and concise. Okay, number 2 is measurable. Kapag sinabing measurable, it is easy to measure by using research instruments, apparatus, and equipment in gathering data, usually for experimental research. So, ang ipapagawa ko sa inyo na research later on ay puro experimental. Okay? So, gagamit kayo ng mga instruments. For instrument, for example, mga questionnaire or survey, no, sa ibang research yun. Then yung apparatus, yung mga nasa laboratory apparatus like weighing scale, pH meter, thermometer, and others. So, yan ay tinatawag na measurable. Kailangan mong sukatin. Sukatin mo gamit ang mga instrument and apparatus like these apparatuses or equipments. Okay, number 3 is A stands for achievable. Okay, na-achieve mo ba ang research? Magagawa mo kaya yung research? It is achievable by using correct statistical tools to arrive at exact results. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, kailangan nyong i-apply yung napag-aralan nyo sa statistics. Kasi dito sa research, experimental research, kailangan nyo nang mag-compute. Meron kayong mga i-compute like average mean. No? Kukunin nyo ang mean, ang average niya. Okay? T-test for comparison of weight from pellet and bread meal. So, para i-compare mo kung ano ba ang mas maganda, yung pellet ba or bread meal. Kailangan mong gumamit ng T-test. Okay? So, kailangan siguro mag-review kayo sa inyong statistics. Or magtanong din kayo dun sa inyong statistic teacher. Okay? Number 4, R stands for realistic. Okay? Makatotohanan ba yung research mo? A real results are attained because they are gathered scientifically and not maneuvered. Ibig sabihin, yung research na gagawin mo ay ginather mo scientifically. Ibig sabihin, meron kang procedure na sinunod. Meron kang mga steps na sinunod at hindi siya maneuvered. Not maneuvered, ibig sabihin, hindi yung basta-basta lang or kung saan-saan mo lang kinuha. Or hindi yung gawa-gawa mo lang. So, kailangan realistic or makatotohanan siya. Then number 5, time-bounded. Time frame is necessary in every activity because the shorter the completion of the research, the better. Ano? So, kailangan daw yung research ay mayroong time na kailangan mo siyang matapos. Okay? So, sa inyo, kailangan matapos nyo ang research nyo hanggang end of May. Okay? So, dapat matapos nyo na yung research. Okay? So, kailangan kasi ang research ay kapag mas maliit yung time na maubos mo, mas maganda kasi kailangan mong i-apply agad. No? For example, ngayon sa pandemic, kailangan na natin ng bakuna. So, kailangan sana yung research na gagawin nila ay mabilisan para pwedeng gamitin yung resulta ng kanilang mga research na vaccines. Okay? So, yan ang, tandaan nyo, ang characteristics of a research problem should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bounded. Okay, next is 10 criteria of a good research. Paano masasabi na good ang research? Okay, nagagawin mo. First is interesting. Okay, dapat yung gagawa ng research, yung researcher, kayo na researcher ay interesado kayo dun sa gagawin yung research. Okay, kailangan inspired kayo na tapusin ang research. Paano mo gagawin ang research kung hindi ka interesado? Okay? Number 2 is relevant to the government trust. Ibig sabihin, nakakatulong ito sa mga programa ng ating gobyerno. For example, ang programa ng gobyerno ay tungkol sa solid waste management. Okay? So, ngayon magagawa ka ng research na may kinalaman sa pag-solve ng problema sa basura. Okay? Number 3, relevant to the needs and problems of the people. Okay? May kinalaman sa mga pangangailangan ng tao. For example, kailangan ng tao ngayon ng vaccine. So, kailangan gagawa ka ng research na may kinalaman sa paggawa or pag-imbento ng mga vaccines. Number 4 is innovative. Ibig sabihin, ini-improve mo yung mga dati ng researches. No? Kung dati ang research nila, ang bagoong ay nasa bote, nasa lata, okay? Na meron siyang solid and liquid. Ngayon, pwede mo nang gawing powder yung bagoong kung gusto mo. No? Ang ibig sabihin dyan ay innovative or ini-improve mo yung isang research. Number 5 is cost-effective. Okay? Kapag gagawa kayo ng research, dapat yung kasya lang sa budget ninyo. Huwag kayong gumawa ng research na masyadong mahal. Okay? Yung kasya lang sa budget. Number 6 is inventive or patentable. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mag-imbento kayo ng sarili nyong produkto or mag-invent kayo mag-research kayo ng sarili nyong research. Then patentable yung ito yung mga researches na pwedeng ipangalan sa inyo dahil ito ay sarili nyong gawa. Okay? Huwag kayong mangopya ng research ng iba kasi pwede kayong kasuhan ng tinatawag na plagiarism, no? Or plagiarism. Ang plagiarism ay crime or krimen sa pangongopya ng research ng ibang tao. Okay, so bawal ang mangopya ng research ng ibang tao. Kung gusto mong mangopya ng research ng ibang tao, kailangan idagdag mo yung pangalan niya doon sa research. Ano lagay nyo? According to Albert Einstein, or according to kung anong pangalan ng researcher na yun. So, kailangan idagdag mo siya doon sa iyong gagawing research. Huwag mo siyang kopyahin na parang sa iyo yung research. Kailangan i-cite mo or ilagay mo yung pangalan ng researcher. Number 7 is return of investment. Ibig sabihin, yung gagawin mong research ay dapat pwede mong pagkakitaan. Okay? Meaning to say, gagawa ka ng research later on na pwede mong magiging source ng income mo. Kaya mayroong return of investment. Ibig sabihin, bumabalik yung pera sa'yo. Pwede mo siyang pagkakitaan. Number 8 is original. O yan ang napaka-importante. Kailangan original ang research. Okay? Kailangan sariling research. Pwede namang mag-duplicate ng research basta nga or mag-improve ng research basta nga i-cite mo or ilagay mo yung pangalan ng researcher na may-ari noon. Kailangan mo lang siyang i-improve or dagdagan mo siya ng iba pang mga bagay. Then number 9 is measurable. Yun na nga katulad kanina, measurable ang research kapag ginagamitan siya ng mga apparatuses, okay, or mga instruments. Aparatus sa laboratory yun, instrument yung katulad ng questionnaire. Gagawa ka ng mga questions, then ipapasagot mo dun sa mga tao na kasali sa iyong research. Then number 10, time-bounded. Kailangan matapos mo siya sa takdang oras. Huwag masyadong matagal. Kailangan kasi yung research na gagawin mo ay gagamitin na ng tao. Okay, so yan ang 10 criteria of a good research. Next is general and specific research problem or questions. So dito gagawa na kayo ng mga questions. Okay? Okay, meron tayong dalawang uri ng question, specific and general research problem or questions. Ano ba ang pagkakaiba ng dalawa? The research question can be generally classified into two. Okay, general and specific. The general question of the study is derived from the research problem, while the specific questions are anchored on the general research problem. So, ibig sabihin, yung general question or general problem ay makukuha mismo doon sa title ng research. Okay? And then, yung specific naman, manggagaling doon sa mga general question. So, unang-una kailangan meron kang general question din. Para makagawa ka ng specific question, magbe-base ka doon sa general question. Okay? Ito yung example niya. For example, ang title ng research is Survival Rate and Weight of Freshwater Catfish, Clarias baracus linnaeus. Yan yung scientific name niya, no? Naka-italize. Cultured in fish pan using bread meal and fish meal as supplementary feed. So, yan yung title ng research. Okay? Ito yung kanyang general and specific problem. This study aims to determine the survival rate and weight of freshwater catfish, Clarias batrachus linnaeus, cultured in fish pond using bread meal and fish meal as supplementary feed. So, that is the general question or general problem. Okay? Kasi determine, ibig sabihin, alamin mo kung ano yung survival rate ng catfish. Then, yan ang general problem, kailangan nasa umpisa siya. Then, furthermore, it seeks to answer the following specific questions. So, ngayon meron ka ng specific question. Specific question mo, magbe-base ka dyan sa general problem or general question. Okay? So, these are the specific research question. Number 1. What is the survival rate of freshwater catfish, Clarias baracus linnaeus, cultured in fish pan using bread meal and fish meal as supplementary feeds? So, yan ang first specific question. Number 2 is, what is the mean weight of freshwater, Clarias baracus linnaeus, cultured in fish pan using bread meal and fish meal as supplementary feeds? Then number 3 is there a significant difference in the mean weight of freshwater catfish and cultured in fish pond using bread meal and fish meal as supplementary feeds? So, as you can see, meron kang general question sa taas, then the next one are the specific questions. So, isa lang ang general problem, then 2 2 or more specific questions. Notice that the general problem was presented first. So, nasa unahan ang general problem, then it was followed by a specific question considered as research question of the study. Okay? Next is, okay, another example. Okay, kanina, natapos ko na ito kanina. Next is, title ng study is Utilization and Commercialization of Pineapple Peeling and Banana Peelings into Soap. Its acceptability, salability, and profitability. So dito, hindi ko na ilagay ang general question, no? Ang general question would be, what is the utilization and commercialization of pineapple peelings and banana peelings into soap? Okay? So ito yung kanyang mga specific questions. What is the acceptability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? Okay? Specific kasi nanggaling siya doon mismo sa general question. What is the salability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? What is the profitability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? Number 4, is there a significant difference in the acceptability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? Number 5, is there a significant difference in the salability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? Then number 6 is there a significant difference in profitability of pineapple peeling and banana peeling as soap? So, napakaraming mga specific problems. Okay, so later on, ganito din ang gagawin ninyo sa inyong research. Okay, next is, okay, dito naman tayo sa hypothesis or hypothesis. Kapag sinabing hypothesis, isa lang yan. Hypothesis, marami siya. Kaya, singular and plural. Okay, ano ba ang hypothesis or hypothesis? It is the possible answer to the specific research problem. Okay, ito yung posibleng answer dun sa mga specific research problems. Okay, according to Calmorin 2010, it is a wise guess. O wise guess daw, ibig sabihin meron siyang pinaggalingan, hindi haka-haka, no, wise guess, that is formulated to explain observed facts covered by the study. It guides the researcher to describe the procedure to follow in conducting a research. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung magiging guide mo or susundin mo kapag gagawa ka ng research. Kailangan meron kang hypothesis. Then, it tells the researcher on what to and how to go about in solving a problem. So, kailangan ma-answer mo yung mga question na what, it tells the researcher on what to, kung ano yung mga gagawin mo at kung paano mo gagawin para ma-solve mo ang isang problema sa iyong research. Okay, so yan ay natawag na hypothesis or hypothesis. Okay, there are two types of hypothesis or hypothesis. The first one is null hypothesis. Okay, meron siyang symbol na H then 0. Okay, it is stated in negative form. So naka-negative siya, no? Negative yung by using no or not and use of word 0. Okay? Gagamit ka ng mga salitang 0, no, or not. Yan ay mga negative form. It denies the existence of a trait value, correlation, or differences of the result. Ibig sabihin, kinokontra niya, no, yung existence ng isang bagay. Kung baga kinokontra niya, kaya ninenegate niya or nagkakaroon ng negative reason. The symbol is H and 0, H0. Ganyan ang kanyang symbol ng null hypothesis. For example, ang specific problem. What is the survival rate of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fish meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds? So, ito ang magiging null hypothesis mo. The survival rate of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fish meal and bread meal supplementary feeds is 0. So, ibig sabihin, nandun, ano, you have to use the word 0. Okay? Bali, ito yung answer dyan sa question. Ang tawag dyan ay null hypothesis. Posibleng answer dyan sa question na yan. Okay? Maaring tama or maaring mali yan. The next is, another example. Is there a significant difference in the mean weight of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fresh meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds? Okay, ito na naman ang null hypothesis niya. There is no significant difference in the mean weight of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fresh meal and bread meal as supplementary feed. So, gumamit siya ng no sa kanyang hypothesis, yung word na no. Kasi ang null hypothesis ay negative. Okay? Note or remember The null hypothesis is rejected if the correct result is not equal to 0 or if there is significant difference. Computation is needed, okay? Kapag nalaman mo na hindi naman pala 0, o di i-reject mo ang null hypothesis. Okay? So, kailangan mo din ng computation. Okay? The null hypothesis is accepted if the result is 0 or there is no significant difference. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang answer niya later on ay 0, then i-accept mo ang null hypothesis and there is no significant difference. Okay? So, yan ay or there is significant, mali yan. Kung merong significant difference, yan ay i-accept mo ang null hypothesis. Okay? Kapag there is no significant difference, i-accept mo pa rin ang null hypothesis kasi there is no talaga, wala talagang significant difference. So, you have to accept it. Okay? If the result is 0 or no, then i-accept mo. Kung hindi naman siya 0 at meron talagang significant difference, i-reject mo ang null hypothesis. Okay. Ang pangalawang type ng hypothesis ay alternative hypothesis. Okay? Ang nauna ay null hypothesis, ito naman ay alternative hypothesis or H1. It is the opposite of null hypothesis. Ibig sabihin, ito yung kabaliktaran ng null hypothesis. Okay? It affirms the existence of observed phenomena. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pinapatunayan na meron talaga yung phenomena or pangyayari. Kumbaga, naniniwala siya na meron. Okay? It is stated in positive form. Ibig sabihin, positive naman ito, ano? Kung yung null hypothesis ay negative, ito naman ay positive. It uses the word there is. Okay, ibig sabihin meron. Yes or not equal. Okay, pwede kang gamit ng yes or not equal. Ang symbol niya ay H1 or pwede din yung HA. No? Sa ibang mga research kasi HA, yung iba naman ay H1. Okay, for example, what is the survival rate of fresh water catfish cultured in fish pond using fish meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds? So, ito ang magiging alternative hypothesis mo. The survival rate of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fish meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds are not equal. So, gagamit ka ng word na not equal. One is higher or lower than the other. Ibig sabihin, yung isa siguro ay mataas ang kanyang survival rate or mababa ang kanyang survival rate. Kaya hindi sila 0. So, they are not equal. Okay? Next is another problem. Is there a significant difference in the mean weight of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fresh meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds? Okay, ito ang kanyang alternative hypothesis. There is significant difference o meron daw significant difference in the mean weight of freshwater catfish cultured in fish pond using fresh meal and bread meal as supplementary feeds. So, gumamit siya ng word na there is. So, one is higher than the other. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung isa ay mas mataas doon. Mas mataas siguro ang mean weight ng isa kaysa doon sa isa. Okay? Ito naman, note or remember. Kailan ba natin i-reject at i-accept ang alternative hypothesis? Okay? The alternative hypothesis is rejected if the correct result is equal to 0. Okay? So, kapag ang answer niya ay 0, i-reject mo ang alternative hypothesis. Okay? Or if there is no significant difference, kung walang pagkakaiba kaya ang 0, then kailangan mo kasi dito mag-compute na naman. Ano? Kailangan mo ng statistics. So, kapag z is not equal to 0 or there is no significant difference, i-reject mo ang alternative hypothesis. Okay? Kailan mo naman i-accept ang alternative hypothesis? The alternative hypothesis is accepted if the result is not equal or there is significance. No? Kung hindi talaga siya 0, kung ang answer niya ay hindi 0 at meron talagang pagkakaiba, i-accept mo ang alternative hypothesis. So, kailangan din ng computation dito. So, kailangan nyo din ng statistics. Okay, so yan ang dalawang uri ng hypothesis. We have the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Ito ay part later on na naman ng iyong research writing. So, dapat marunong kayong magsulat ng null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Okay, so next lesson is about assumptions. Okay, assumption, ibig sabihin, nag-a-assume ka. Okay, assuming ka kasi. So, you are assuming. So, dito yung mga researcher, pwede silang maging assuming. Ano? O, parang kayo din, kung na-in love kayo, wag kayong masyadong mag-assume. Okay, so, ano ba ang assumption? Ang assumption are presumed as true statements or conclusion of facts related to the research problem. So, ibig sabihin, naniniwala sila na tama. No? Yung researcher ay naniniwala na tama. Kaya, nag-a-assume siya, nagpe-presume siya na tama yung mga statements. Researchers gave their assumptions, but it is advisable that evidence and arguments in support of these assumptions are presented first. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-assume ka, kailangan mong magbigay ng iyong ebidensya, okay? Or arguments para suportahan yung iyong assumption. Kung ang assumption mo ay it is true, then sabihin mo na kung ano yung ebidensya mo at yung mga arguments. Siguro kung naniniwala ka naman na hindi, o di patunayan mo din. So, yun ang ibig sabihin ng assumptions. Masyado siyang assuming. Okay, example. Ito yung mga example ng assumption. Culturing freshwater catfish augment fish production in the country. Okay? Naniniwala ba kayo na ang pagpaparami ng mga catfish, yung catfish is hito, Patain banag. Okay? Augment fish production in the country. Okay? Makakatulong ba ito para mabawasan ang kakulangan ng isda sa ating bansa? Okay, yun ang assumption ng mga researcher. Naniniwala sila, okay? So kung naniniwala kayo, you are also assuming. Okay, number 2, culturing freshwater catfish. C. Baracus provides livelihood project to fishermen, small and medium enterprises. Okay, naniniwala daw ang mga researchers na ang pagpaparami ng freshwater catfish or hito ay makakatulong sa pamumuhay ng mga fisherman at dun sa mga nagtitinda na small and medium enterprise, yung mga maliliit na namumuhunan, yung maliit lang ang kanilang puhunan, makakatulong ito sa kanilang pamumuhay. Number 3 is culturing freshwater catfish contribute to the country's economy. Makakatulong daw ang pagpaparami ng hito or catfish sa ating ekonomiya. Okay, lahat ng mga ito ay mga assuming, naniniwala sila sa mga ito. So, they are giving their assumptions. Okay? The next is, okay, ito yung inyong performance task number 2. Okay, ito yung kanyang directions. Give 2 possible problem to the following research titles. Okay? Magbigay kayo ng specific problems. Specific na lang ang ibigay niyong problems. So, there are 5 problems here. So, 2 specific problems. Okay, hindi general, specific problems. Then, letter B, give 2 possible null hypotheses and 2 alternative hypotheses to the problem. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang null hypothesis at saka dalawang alternative hypothesis ang ibigay nyo bawat isa. So, bali, 4 na hypothesis, dalawang null hypothesis at dalawang alternative hypothesis sa number 1, dalawang null hypothesis at dalawang alternative sa number 2 hanggang number 5. So, bali 20 lahat ang magagawa mong hypothesis dito. So, yan ang inyong performance task. Okay? I-submit nyo yan siguro bago mag-periodical test. Okay? So, thank you for watching and listening. Maybe next time gagawa tayo, Google Meet tayo para i-explain ko yung paggawa ng research title. Okay?